Good morning, students. Today we are going to read the second lecture of fishing. So concentrate yourself. We are going to start. In the second lecture, the first thing that we are going to read is the fish marketing. So fish is marketed through. So this is a question which frequently come in the paper of 2 or 3 marks. So the fish is marketed through. Number one, some businessmen from Karachi or foreign countries buy fish in the open sea in order to save port charges. So they go inside the sea, and from the fishermen who have caught a lot of fish, they purchase direct from them in the sea to avoid the port charges, because otherwise the port charges will be paid 2 times, one by the fisherman and second by the person who is buying the fish. So they avoid actually half of the payment of the port charges. Number 2, most of the fish is auctioned at the harbors of the Gwadar and Pasni and then exported directly or sent to Karachi and neighboring district. The third way of fish marketing is the catch from the marine fisheries is supplied to the local markets through wholesale dealers. So wholesalers actually purchase them and then bring the fish into the local market. Local superstores, hotels and restaurants purchase the catch, as do several street hawkers who offer door-to-door service. Only a limited number of the large departmental stores buy the frozen or processed fish, as most people prefer to consume fresh fish. So this is a criteria in subcontinent particularly. Here people prefer fresh fish particularly, but in Arab countries and in European countries, people like normally canned fish. So this is the difference in 2 circumstances. So this is how fish is marketed. Pakistan has a domestic and international market for fish, shrimps and fish products. About 30% of the total marine catch is exported to 30 different countries. Main countries are, you have to remember the names of these countries because these names come in paper of 2 or 3 marks. So 30% catch goes to Japan, Middle Eastern states, USA, UK and other European Union countries. And about 80% of the total catch of the Makran coast is tried for export to the Middle East because of the smaller geographical distance and lesser transport cost, because in between of Middle East and the Makran coast is only the Arabian Sea. So traveling is less and traveling cost is less. So that's why the maximum of the Makran cost catch is exported to Middle Eastern countries. The next thing which we are going to read is the feasibility of developing fisheries as an important economic activity in Gwadar. So these are the points. If they are acted upon, so the fish catch can be increased on the Makran coast. So number 1 point is the province of the Balochistan in general and the areas living along the Makran coast in particular are highly backward and underdeveloped. So if we develop them, catch can be increased. Fisheries constitute the most important economic activity for the coastal communities and especially for the Gwadar district. Gwadar, Pasni or Mara are important ports. More than 50% of the population of the Gwadar district makes its earning directly or indirectly through the fishing. So look, big number of the population that is actually connected to the fisheries. So we have to develop this this field also. About 25% of the total marine catch comes from the same district. Large-scale fishing continues throughout the year, but small-scale fishermen cannot fish from May to September because of the wild oceanic currents and breeding season of the fish, because the people have very local type of the equipment, wooden boats and hand woven nets, so they are unable to go into the sea in the season of the oceanic currents, that is actually from May to September. Major species that are caught include, so you have to remember these names, very important. They normally come in the paper. So the mackerel catch major names are mackerel, herring, sardines, drums, catfish, croakers, shrimps, cuttlefish, octopus, and squid are also caught. Nets, nylon ropes, floats, and winches, a device used for pulling heavy fish out of the sea, are the main fishing apparatus. Small scale and occasional fishermen use small boats and stay for just one day, whereas large scale fishermen use large vessels and are able to stay at sea for 5 to 15 days. Processing techniques initially was salting and drying, but with the establishment of many ice factories in the Makran Coast region, fish is now preserved by the way of cooling and is then sent to Karachi. The advanced processing by canning is carried out at Karachi, but the developed countries are not satisfied with the hygienic standard and therefore do not import the canned fish from Pakistan. Actually, we are not meeting the standards of the European countries particularly, so they do not prefer to bring fish from us. So we have to maintain a world-class standard. A modern canning factory at Gwadar will provide jobs to the local people and enable Pakistan to satisfy the Western countries to import canned fish. The canned fish is, however, exported to many countries including Sri Lanka, China and Hong Kong, and South Korea. Okay, next we are going to read the government efforts to develop the fishing industry. So government has done something, but this is almost nothing. So we have to do a lot if we want to develop this industry. The government efforts are: Fisheries Department work under the federal and provincial governments to exploit the fishing potential. From 1992 onward, the government of the Pakistan has been making efforts to develop the Gwadar coastal area. In 1992, the project of the Gwadar Fish Harbour cum mini port was completed. With the assistance of the Asian Development Bank, another harbour was developed at Pasni. The present government started accelerating the development process of Gwadar and several projects are nearing completion and they include Makran Coastal Highway, Gwadar Seaport and other schemes. Gwadar Development Authority has specially been created to coordinate different projects. So these are some efforts which government has done for promoting this industry. Next thing which we are going to read is the problems of the fishing industry. So there are a lot of the problems. The first problem that we are going to discuss is the water pollution. Oil spillage from the ships and disposal of the untreated domestic and industrial waste into the sea. So when this is done, the fish move away from that area. So that's why in that area the fish is less. So less count of the fish is caught. The polluted water badly affects the marine life and human health is also endangered when the contaminated fish is consumed. More dangerous and carcinogenic, causing various cancers, substances include chemicals, toxic materials, and such heavy metals as cadmium, aluminium, and nickel. So look at the circumstances, look at the conditions, what we are eating and what we are catching. So because of this water pollution, Pakistan's standard of catch is not meeting the world standard. So they are not actually bringing fish from us. And to worst side, the local people are eating poison like this. Heavy metals they are eating. They are eating spoiled food. So further look. Similarly, inland fish is being polluted by the frank usage of the variety of the chemical fertilizers and insecticides and pesticides. So when people who are actually developing the inland fisheries use chemical fertilizers and insecticides and pesticides that dissolve in the water. Fish live there, so the fish contaminated. So that kind of the fish we are eating. These seep through the agricultural field into the rivers, and thus the inland fish come into direct contact with them. Okay, next problem of fishing industry is overfishing. So fishing during the breeding season May to August badly affect the fish growth. And the next problem which we are going to discuss is the threat to mangrove vegetation. So mangrove forests are fast disappearing due to reckless cutting of the trees. So this is another problem. People are like cutting the trees recklessly. So this is another reason that reduced supply of the fresh water to the Indus Delta as a result of the construction of the reservoirs upstream Indus. So these are the problems. Next thing which we are going to read is the advantages and disadvantages of developing fishing industry. Advantages: more food will be available, meat shortage will be overcome if we improve it. The earnings of the fishermen will be increased. With the development of this industry, more employment opportunities will be created. Marine fishing for export will help to overcome the negative payments. So we will earn foreign exchange if we export fish. Fish is a renewable resource, so it should be used in limits. The introduction of the new technology will be ensured. So these are the advantages of developing this industry, but at the same time, there are some disadvantages. During catch, size and type is not considered important, due to which most fish go waste. More fishing means more pollution because of the effluents. More trained people will be needed and proper marketing facilities will be required if we develop this industry. Overfishing by foreign trawlers means sustainability of the fish is endangered. A lot of the capital will be needed for educating the fishermen and for developing ice factories and harbors. So these are the things which we have to develop if we develop this industry. So these are disadvantages, but I think so. If you overcome some problems, you may earn a lot. You may give employment to a lot of people. So advantages are more. So we have to develop this industry. Overfishing occurs when more is catch than reproduction. So this is the definition of overfishing, when more is catch than reproduction. The major reasons are, so here are the major reasons of overfishing. So each and every topic is very small, and these parts come in the paper. So you have to learn all these parts. So now we are going to read a small part, that is, what are the major reasons of overfishing. So look now, modern trawlers are able to catch more fish because they can stay on the oceans for weeks and months and even process the fish before they come back ashore, because they have very modern trawlers. When fishing is done even in banned season, economic and food needs are increased, and some fishing methods are unsustainable. These practices cause tremendous destruction on non-target species. So these are the reasons of overfishing. Next, last thing that we are going to read is, in fishing industry, primary employment is the fisherman. Secondary employment is cleaning and freezing at fish harbor. And tertiary employment is exporter. So this was the lecture, students. Read this lecture again, understand it, learn it, and make your notes. Thank you so much.